Good afternoon, folks. Dr. Hobby coming at you. Listen, just wanted to talk to you for about 2 seconds, maybe a little bit longer. We need to talk about some new trucks that have come out and a demo that we've been playing with here at ETS Hobby Shop. So, this particular truck is part of a large growing segment that we've noticed, especially in the last year, 2 years, which is the electric brushless monster trucks. So basically, this particular truck is going to rival the HPI Flux. It's going to rival the Traxxas E-Max. And I'll tell you, it even rivals the Traxxas X-Max. So this particular one is from the Arma group. So Arma definitely has joined the game. They have several of the brushless vehicles that are out there. They have a truggy, a buggy version, and now this one also the monster truck. And they have 2 different monster trucks, this one and the Nero. So this particular truck, right out of the box, I got to tell you, it's definitely pretty cool. So, the Arma Outcast. Basically, folks, these things come right out of the box with the XT90 connectors, and they are ready to rip with either a 2-cell or a 3-cell battery pack combinations. When you run this particular truck, it takes 2 batteries instead of a single battery, so that it's going to have plenty of voltage. And when I mean plenty, we're talking 40 miles an hour. If you throttle it, this thing is definitely on the wheelie bar. If you look here on the back, you'll notice how high the wheelie bar is from the factory. This particular wheelie bar has one goal, and that's basically to keep this thing about like that. So when it's under full power, you definitely will know, because it's going to pull the front wheels off the ground. The other cool thing about the Arma right off the bat is it's got metal CVDs. It's got pretty healthy shocks. This particular truck, for the most part, is about stock with some small exceptions as far as the wheel tire combination is something that we liked on this particular one. The other things that you want to pay attention to, the Traxxas, particular the larger, the E-Max, those have been on average either running a 2250 or like a 2600 kV Castle motor, much like this one here. This particular one is running the 2050 kV. It's a 4-pole motor. It has basically the speed control, everything on this thing is built rough. I mean, it is built to handle the power. So, that being said, we always are straight up as far as the things that we know or don't know about this particular truck or any trucks. The pros. This thing is insane fast. It is very stable under high speeds. Victor and I have raced between this one and the Traxxas E-Max. This one actually, as far as the upper end speed, seems to have the Traxxas as far as the speed and as far as the driving. Now, that being said, Victor has the E-Max, so we're going to have to tweak on that one. We're going to do some side-by-side comparisons and see whether or not we can level out the 2 trucks. We are running the 11.1 volt batteries. This is the 5400 milliamp packs. We run a pretty decent C rating in it, a minimum like 25 C. You don't want to go any less than that. It's better actually 35 or 50 Cs. The only con is that the batteries are a little more expensive that way. So, the cons. It has so much power that literally it blew the back off the motor. No fooling around. The back of the motor has 3 set screws on it. After a few passes, we blew the back straight off of it. So we ended up finding it, putting it back together, putting Loctite and screws in it. The motor's been fine. The second thing is the pinion and spur combination on this particular truck. It's metal on metal. So many of the products, it doesn't matter whether it be HPI or even some of the Traxxas products, they are running a metal on metal pinion spur combination. This one here, I will tell you, after some high-speed runs, I've pretty well killed the pinion. It's pretty sharp right this second, and it's not real friendly. And if you hear it, it doesn't sound very good. We are getting ready to rip this one back apart, change out the pinion, see if we can clean up the teeth on the spur, and see if that corrects the problem. So the truck actually is pretty well thought of. The motor and speed control on it are pretty low, so the weight ratio and the center of gravity is pretty low on this particular truck. This cage right here actually just has 2 pins. You flip that, this comes right out. So when Victor and I were tinkering around with this motor, we ended up taking the screws out of the ESC so that you could get at the bolts for the motor. If you don't do that, you will be miserable. I would say probably that's the only con that we've seen so far with it, is the fact that it's not quite as convenient as, let's say, a Traxxas where the motor's straight up on the top. But I know that that's because of the low center of gravity. The chassis is solid metal. It's sturdy. We're not easy on our trucks because we want to know what's going to break so that we can tell our customers what we've seen. And overall, this particular one has held up pretty well. So for that, I would say that this truck, especially for the money, these things are $4.99 straight out of the box. They're wicked fast. They're durable. They come straight out of the box with the Tactic radio, which has got a good range to it. You basically are ready to go, and you're in a really competitive price point. Parts are easy. All the parts are easily accessible. It's a very well-made truck. So, that being said, look, we're going to post some of the videos up on our YouTube channel at ETS Hobby Shop. We will be putting them up on our Facebook page, etc. If you have any questions, hit the comment, okay? Hit the comment, talk to us. We will respond. We're happy to give you the input, whether it be a pro or a con. We won't tell you differently. We'll tell you exactly what we know about them. So, this is Dr. Hobby, etshobbyshop.com. Don't hesitate. Hit us up. Facebook, Instagram. Find us. We're here to help. Thank you.